RSL Nation.
Yo!
Welcome to the Bros.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
What it do?
Whew.
What it do? How you guys doing?
Fine.
Yeah,
Tired. Life.
life. Life is tiring. Marcus,
Not
you're
bad.
making me really hot with that jacket that you have on.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have it on for a reason.
I mean, it's definitely hot because today's now feeling like summer. So I'm like, why am I wearing a jacket when it's like 90 degrees outside?
Well, hopefully, maybe later you can take it off.
I hope so. I hope so.
Um, guys, there's
I'm sorry
a.
for everybody watching.
Oh yeah,
This is why
yeah.
we have Spotify and Apple for a reason, because I don't think after a while people want to watch my face. So
Or have you watch them? Oh my gosh, have them watch you with the jacket on. There we go.
yeah, that too.
Guys, we have a lot to go over. Especially the last half of this is going to be really packed with a lot of opinions because I know a lot of us, in fact, all of us, know a lot of South American soccer, and so therefore it's going to get intense. So, but without further ado, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the RSL Austin game, how much we loved it, and how much we're in love with Chicho. After that, because we're gonna call this, it's the halftime of the season.
Woo!
Yay! We're gonna give our mid-season report card / go over what me and Marcos and even Christian thought before the season started. Yeah, Marcos, shake your head, shake your head. We got receipts.
Oh man,
Um,
I'm already embarrassed. I'm already embarrassed.
and then we're gonna go over because we love South American soccer so much, we are almost mostly
Just a little bit. Just
we're pretty much communable, but even more communable, we are Argentina. So that's what we're gonna do the last half of. Yes, nice job, but you're missing a star.
so are you.
Oh yeah, so am I. Anyways, all right, let's get into this. Christian, we're gonna start off with you, Christian. Give us your thoughts on this game versus Austin. This game versus Austin was wow.
Oh man. Oh, my notebook's over there.
Well, how about this? I will give
Two, se-
Marcos the
2
time.
seconds.
Yeah, Marcos, give us your thoughts on this Austin game.
Easily best game
And
of
I'm
the
back.
season. Christian's back.
Like
That was speedy transition there. I like it.
that was.
It was just very unforgettable. Like best game of the season. Um, you don't ever see two hat tricks in one season ever happen. So just so many things where I'm just like jaw dropping experience. I'm like, wow, did this just happen? Yes, it just did.
Yes, yes, it did. Christian with the notebook. Um, give us your notes because Marcos was sitting next to me.
So,
I bet he saw you like just writing things down like crazy.
basically,
He was
um,
he was he was going
some
crazy.
something that this RSL team does is they start off really nervy. Right at this point, I'm gonna attribute it to adrenaline. They're walking onto the field and they're excited to play, and that leads to some nervy soccer at the start.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, how many games have we started off losing? So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. But the fact that um, we came out with a different attitude than the last couple of games. Last couple of games were like, let's play, and we're eventually going to get into our rhythm and win this thing. This one
Well,
seemed they just want to be on the front foot the whole time.
this was our first time scoring first since that home game against Seattle. So
Oh,
so that was actually a something different that we're not used to. So when I saw obviously that first goal of the game, the 62-yard bomb, which in my opinion should have won goal of the week. I'm still upset about that. But when I saw that happen, I was like, I'm not used to seeing us score first. And we've the past like 3-4 weeks, it's been different story.
yeah. From my seats, we were sitting behind the north goal, like almost literally behind the north goal, and
Mhm.
And to be honest, I didn't see that first goal coming at all. In fact, I can't remember what I was doing. If I was looking at Ale, my son, or if I don't know. You couldn't really see the shot until all I heard was everyone go, oh, like the whole stadium like going crazy. I'm like, what the flip happened? And obviously it happened. But that was like literally out of nowhere. Diablo con Pablo made it seem like it definitely came out of nowhere. Pablo
Right.
grabs the ball, tosses it to Brody. Brody throws it in, and then next thing you know, Chicho, boom.
He's
So
sitting next to Marcos. He went, "No way."
no, I was shocked. I was like, so obviously we weren't there to witness it in DC when Pablo Ruiz did it against DC, his half field goal. We were there in this one against Austin. Which one is better, in you guys' opinion?
This one for sure.
This one
This one?
by a thin margin.
Is it the
Because
fact
other,
that is it the fact that we were there to witness it?
I would no, I would say it's the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
Because the goal by Pablo, which again was incredible, we were mid-table at the time, battling
Mhm.
against a DEC team that was struggling, and it was just like kind of, oh, cool, that was an awesome goal, like wow. But this 62-yard goal scored by Golden Boot leader, now MVP leader, by arguably the best team in the league right now. That's just kind of we're having fun. We're the leaders. We know it. It was emphatic. It was just kind of the rest of CONCACAF be worried
Yeah.
sort of thing. Not
Yeah.
just at MLS, rest of CONCACAF.
Yeah.
That would have had Pachuca trembling.
Kind of peeing in their pants a little.
Because
Yeah.
altitude wouldn't have been a problem for RSL.
No, by not at all. So it's kind of like when baseball teams go to the Rockies. I think of it like
Yeah.
the ball just flies. I think that's why we were able to score this one pretty easily. Not gonna lie. Even
No,
though
exactly.
Pablo scored the one in DC, but I think that might be the reason that we were able to score this one.
If you do remember from last episode, Christian remembers obviously. He got the lineup exactly right. Chicho, Christian said Chicho's gonna drop to Crooks' spot. He said Julio up top where Chicho normally is. So kudos to Christian. Like that was very well done. And might I say, I think that is Chicho's best spot. I think Chicho should be playing in that spot.
Ooh, that's a debate that we should open. But before that,
Ooh.
I think you guys need to congratulate me on my prediction as well.
But you didn't win. You didn't win.
You won by Price is Right rules.
Yeah.
sir.
You did not win.
But I mean,
Because what happened was Christian and I were talking, and
oh, you guys made the rules now?
yeah, RSL scored the fourth goal, and Christian was like, "Yeah, Allen doesn't win. He didn't get it right on."
So then now the only way we can win is we get it right on.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that how it's always been?
That's
I
how that's how predictions work.
Well, let
Anyways.
our audience decide. On Spotify and Apple, comment in the comment section for today's episode what you think the scoring should be. And for those who are watching on YouTube and clips on social media, let us know what you think.
Yeah, there we go. That we'll just leave it to the people. We'll make it democratic. So Christian got the lineup, nailed it. Now, with the lineup, Christian, did it come out to what you expected it to be, or how they performed?
Honestly, yeah, if not a little bit better. This lineup allowed for, again, this is something we saw when we had somebody out and we had a very offensive lineup. This was only a few games ago. We saw the same sort of the offensive players for Real Salt Lake are meshing really, really, really well right now. And it's creating dangerous situations where it's kind of like, do we just have all of our offensive people on the field at a time? Because they are running circles around people. The passing has been immaculate. Not that there's a problem when they're not on the field either, though. That's the great part right now.
Right.
yeah, it leaves us in a good situation.
Yeah.
And I think this shows the depth of the lineup in a better light than the Seattle game.
So now 4-0 at halftime apparently is a first for us. Is
It
that
was a
right?
first. Well, yeah. According to Trey, because I did ask Trey at halftime, this is the first time in team history going up 4-0 at halftime. And with that, we had a few other players who got first assists on the season. Ojeda, his first assist on the season, which was awesome to
Really?
see.
That was his
Let me,
first?
yeah, his first assist of the season,
Wow.
which
Wow.
I really liked that a lot. After Anderson scored that, he immediately ran over to Ojeda just to congratulate him and thank him just for that beautiful assist. It's like I feel like that's how all goal most of the time goal celebration should be, is like thanking that person who gave you a solid assist.
It should be. It should
Yeah.
be. I mean, we had 4 different players with assists according to FOTMob. Um,
Woo.
that's crazy.
Some with hockey assists as well, but
There were some hockey assists in there, but
Yeah.
I had a question. Oh, Marcos, I'm going to ask you this question. So the lineup was strong, but we also saw some substitutions. Two of them I want you to focus on in Barajas and Gozo.
yeah.
Um, those guys came on, and what were your thoughts on their performance when they came in?
Yeah, obviously Barajas coming in right at halftime when we're already up 4-0. So I was fine with that just because I wouldn't say we're kind of putting the brakes on, but it's to give fresh legs because Gomez, he looked like he was injured a few times, didn't want to, I guess, have anything happen at all. So it was good to see Barajas get playing time because he hasn't had enough that he should. And then Gozo, that was his first time in the game this whole season. So I'm excited to see the progression of what's to come with him, because with him being only, I think, 17 years old, sky's the limit for him.
The press that the whole team put on from the beginning of the game to the end was absolutely phenomenal.
It was nasty. It was
It,
nasty.
it was nasty, but what I'm most impressed with Barajas and Gozo. And I'm only most impressed with them because of their young age, but the speed at which they were closing in. Like Gozo, not gonna lie, I I I didn't realize how fast he was. I really didn't. That
Hmm.
kid was going up 150% on every single one of his presses, and it was absolutely amazing. I hope to get him more minutes this year. I really do. He definitely deserves it. Um, Last question, and just because there's only so much we can. I mean, unless you guys want to talk a little bit more about this game, but I need you guys to rate the wave.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
thought it
need.
was I thought it was fine. Marcos hated it. He was like,
I
"Why
hate
are they doing their wave?" Oh, sorry, that's too low pitch.
Christian got the voice pretty spot on, but no, it's exactly true. Like I like it was during VAR, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, it was during
Yeah,
the second half of
yeah, it
VAR.
was during like a VAR. The ref was checking for a goal, all that, and I was just like, yeah, I understand. Like it's during a little break, but come on, like this isn't baseball, this isn't football, but come on, guys.
But someone did make like a good point that ever since the new security came in, and the team's doing well, they've taken away streamers, they've taken away a lot
Which
of other things that would
not
make
cool,
the crowd a
not
little
cool.
bit more lively. And so, what's better than the wave?
And
I s-
honestly, that speaks a lot to how the fan base is feeling about the team, that they're doing the wave when there's really nothing else besides we need more songs and chants.
We do,
yeah.
and I've been I have a lot of thoughts on those. In fact, I got really excited during one of my songs, and maybe I'll share it. But I think they made it around 8 times around the stadium, if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So with Chicho having a hat trick in this game, second time in RSL history, a player having 2 hat tricks in one season.
Can he
La-
make it a third?
Last player to do it, Jason Kreis.
Sabo.
Oh, Sabo and Jason Kreis. Was Jason Kreis
Mm,
the other one, or just
No,
Sabo?
it's just Sabo.
Just Sabo.
Just Sabo.
Yeah, Sabo in 2012.
So that's crazy.
Yeah.
I liked your video of your son after that hat trick, just getting so passionate, just taking his shirt off.
Oh yeah. Yeah. None of you guys saw that because I didn't want to be get it flagged on online. But yeah, I definitely filmed my kid ripping off his shirt, and it was after the third goal. So after that, it was like I told him, all right, we're already up 3-0. You can calm down now. No, he didn't.
But here's something. You talk about the third goal right before the third goal. In the 29th minute, Austin almost made a game out of it.
Mhm.
You're up 2-0 at that point, and they had that insane clearance off the line.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
And I think they also exposed some weaknesses in the team that need to be worked on. 65th minute, they had that counter for a goal that was called back because of the VAR, because of the previous handball. But you take a look at that buildup in that moment, that was such a fast counter.
Freaking
Mhm.
And
O'Brien is fast. Like,
so freaking fast. Like, kudos to him. Like, if he listens to this, I don't know why he would, but if he listened to this, dude, you are a beast. That was an incredible
like
counter.
Colombia.
And that finish and everything, that I think that shows that we're still susceptible to really fast counters, which,
Mhm.
especially with LA coming up.
Now, my question is: were we susceptible because of we slowed down our pace because we were up 4-0 at that point? I
Well,
mean,
we threw everybody up there. It was a corner. Everybody else was up there, and the only person that was back was Brody. And of course, as we know, Brody can't keep up with pace. So
He's
I
gotten a
see
lot better recently too.
that's true. That's true. But when I see that happen live, I'm like, there's no way. There is no way in heck that Brody is going to catch up to O'Brien, fastest player on that pitch.
yeah, yeah. But good thing VAR was around. Some people say it was questionable. I haven't. I actually didn't see the replay, to be honest. So I don't
I've
know.
seen the replay a few times, and it was head to arm, so it was a good call in my opinion. So
According to the letter of the law, sure. I think most people are looking for spirit of the law, which is like, well, how can he control his hand if it comes off his head, kind of thing. Not going to get into it, but
so I have last question before we move on from this Austin game.
yeah.
We might have this talk maybe other times throughout this season. This is at the halfway point, but we're at 33 points. This is it feels like best we've done so far. Would you say this team's right now at a point better than 2009, better than 2013 with where we're at right now halfway?
Better than 2009 for sure.
Mhm.
Because 2009
Yeah.
we sucked. Now is it better than 2000? The question should be 2010 through 2012. Any
Yeah.
of those teams. 2013, I forgot where we ended the season at, but
Second or third, I believe.
I think this is going to be the best RSL team in our history.
I agree. I do say that with a grain of salt, though. Like we heard, like Marcos and I heard many times in the post game presser, nothing's been accomplished yet.
Right.
So so a lot of speculation at this point. Which, if we can, if we're starting to transition off of the game, talk about the presser, the answers that Pablo, Justin, and Chicho gave there were they impressed the heck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Chicho being the best player in the league right now. He has every right to be cocky, and he's not.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if you had the same performance out of a Ricky Puig or out of a Zlatan Ibrahimovic or out of really Dennis Bonoga at this point of the season, they would be talking so much smack and talking about how they're going to come and just go and, oh yeah, we're going to win it all. And every answer, Pablo talked about, and both Pablo and Chicho specifically said, we haven't done anything yet. Yeah, We're thrilled with where we are, but yeah, we haven't done anything yet. And for those who haven't listened yet, we've got a clip. I was able to ask a question to Pablo and be like, coming off of a 13-game unbeaten streak, you're on top of the world. They've got 2 weeks off. How do you come out of that strong? And Pablo, what impressed the heck out of me, Pablo's like, I'll give him 4 or 5 days, but that's it. I was like, that is the expectation I have out of a championship winning coach.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Do you get some time off? Sure, because they've come off of a string of back to back games.
Exactly.
They need to rest.
Exactly.
I like to work out. I go to the gym frequently. Even I will take time off to rest every once in a while. When I go on vacation, I don't work out and then lets my body rest, and I improve my performance afterwards. That's what they're going for here as well.
Yeah. It's like, cool, yes, we're in first place, 33 points, but we don't get a prize. We don't get a trophy for first place in the West. So it's a good point for us to have this 2-week break so they can mentally just take a break and recover.
Well, speaking of all these things, now that we're first place in the West, we're halfway through the season. Let's get into our preseason predictions that we made,
Man. Oh boy.
and measure to where we're at now,
Oh boy.
as a team. So we're gonna do it the following. Let's see how many categories do I have. I have 7 categories. Okay, leading goal scorer, assists, breakout player, RSL Western Conference placing, the dark horse in the Western Conference, disappointments in the Western Conference, and a Western Conference winner. Obviously, we're just going to gauge it where we're at now. Okay. So, leading goal scorer, Christian, before the season started, who did you think would be our leading goal scorer?
Oh, man. Honestly,
I hope so. Yes.
probably Luna or Julio. I didn't have a lot of high hopes after last season about our goal scoring ability.
Not even with Chicho?
I mean, I don't think I had realized the full effect of Chicho at that point. So
Okay.
a little disillusioned in our offensive prowess, which has never historically been RSL's strong point anyway.
Right.
See, I'm glad I'm not mistaken. Like he agrees. He agrees with me.
Marcos did say Luna to be the leading goal scorer and then Chicho to follow. Okay, so yeah, a
I
little
was
far
also
off.
expecting Axel Kai to be healthy. So
Also, yes, also.
I was also expecting Gozo to get more playing time. So
guys, these are not part of the categories. Okay. And just so you guys know, I said Chicho. You guys can go back to episode 47, minute 32. That's about when it starts. I said Chicho.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me with these thoughts.
Okay, so assists. Marcos, do you remember who you said?
Assists. I want to say. Did I say Gomez?
No, you said Pablo Ruiz.
Well, that's definitely not happening.
No worries.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, I said Pablo Ruiz. And do you know what I did say? I said I didn't see Gomez as an assister.
Interesting.
Well, I got proven wrong there.
Yeah.
That's Gomez. I think it has surprised all of us. I don't think
Definitely.
I can't say it surprised some of us. All of us are surprised.
Everybody.
Okay, breakout player. Christian, who would you have thought your breakout player would have been before the season?
Honestly, Anelli. This is year 2 for him. Last year, when I saw him play after he got drafted, I was like, oh, he's a steal, absolute steal, and he's developed in the way that I expected him to. Like,
yeah, he's a steal of the league. I think he's the breakout player of the league, to be honest. Marcos, do you remember who you said?
I think I'm going to agree with Christian. I think I said Anelli with the way he played last season, going into his second season.
Nice try, but no. You said Crooks. You said Crooks, maybe Vera. To which I responded, Vera already had his breakout season in his first year.
So Crooks is kind of having a breakout season-ish.
Nah. He's having an average season.
He's falling into the same thing that Gomez had last year and Palacio.
So give it next season.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. Mine was Barajas. which we haven't seen much of Barajas, but he has contributed 2 assists so far. We'll see what the second half brings. Now, where do you guys see RSL in the Western Conference? Not the finals. Western
standings.
Conference standings. There we go. Marcos, you said 5th to 6th. Okay. Christian, where would you have placed RSL before the season?
4th to 5th.
4th to 5th. All right.
Yep.
I said 3rd to 4th. Below LAFC and Seattle.
Well, Seattle's definitely not in that playoff hunt right now.
Nope. And one other thing I did say in that section was the Rocky Mountain Cup was going to be a good one this year.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me with these.
Nailed it. All right.
Spot on.
Dark horse in the Western Conference. Marcos.
Did I say Minnesota?
No.
No.
You're really bad at guessing.
Or Houston? Did I say Minnesota?
You said RSL.
Oh. There we go. There we go.
Dark horse was RSL. You said that we were going to be silent killers.
Which we are.
Not so silent anymore.
Not anymore. Christian, what would you have said?
Oh man, that's a good question. Dark horse, probably FC Dallas at the beginning of the season. Looking at it now, who do I think is currently the dark horse? Honestly, Vancouver.
Good, because that's what I said. I said Vancouver preseason, but I also put Colorado. I said don't sleep on them.
Oh, even though they're 8th in the West, they made such good moves this offseason, and hasn't panned out for them yet. But you know what? The West has become so competitive this year.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, the difference 5th through 9th place is a 5-point difference. 6th through 9th is a 3-point difference. That is one game.
Yeah.
Like you could not have it any closer.
It's true. It's true. Now, this one's going to be a little harder. Christian, I'm going to start with you. Who is going to be your preseason disappointment for this season?
Like who I thought would underperform?
Underperform, yeah.
Oh. Honestly, probably St. Louis.
That's a good one. I said that's one too. Hey, look at that. It's left hands.
And for me, honestly, RSL fans are going to hate that I say this, but I'm kind of disappointed that Sporting Kansas is sucking so hard right now. I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
That is a huge disappointment. Marcos, do you remember who your disappointment was?
Did I say Portland?
I'm having more fun watching you guess. No, you thought LA Galaxy was going to be the disappointment.
They've surprised a lot of people.
They did start that way.
They
started that way.
Yeah.
But now they're pulling the typical LA thing where they're going to throw a bunch of money at their team and become good because they throw a bunch of money at the team.
We're going to talk about that next week.
Yeah, as they become a retirement team.
Yeah, we need to talk about those transfers, rumors / transfer finalized deals next week. Now, the last category, Western Conference winners. You can either think of it as ending the season in first place or Western Conference Finals champions, whichever one you want. Who do you think is going to win the Western Conference?
I think it was easy. I think I put LAFC.
There you go.
I would have guessed LAFC as well at the beginning of the season. Now,
guys,
I could not tell you right now.
Really?
I mean, obviously RSL. I want RSL to win it all. But realistically speaking, it could be anybody in the top 4 right now.
For me, I'm split between us and LAFC who could win it all, because you look at LAFC, I can't remember how many games, but they're at 5-6 games where they have a complete shutout. So that defense for LAFC is strong, which is very scary for a lot of teams.
El Tráfico just turned into Germany versus France. I don't know if you guys just noticed that.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
he's World War One and World War Two all over again.
All over it again.
Got to tear the wall down.
Yes. So here's my last thought on this one. You guys can go back and listen to it. I said RSL are going to end up being Western Conference winners, and that was preseason. I'm kind of with you, Christian. I don't know. That's what Marcos did too. Marcos did the knock on wood thing. Stop it, guys.
You're
I'm a little
scaring me.
stitious, man. Come on.
You're scaring me.
You blame me? I'm a Utah sports fan.
That's true. That's true.
Utah State, RSL, Utah Jazz.
Yeah. Yep. I see it. I see it.
A little stitious.
Little stitious. So now you guys know how bad Marcos is at preseason guessing. That just shows you where we're at. What we thought before, definitely, but we're definitely in a different spot than what we thought we were going to be. Absolutely. So let's switch gears. Let's get into something that we are absolutely passionate about, which is Copa America.
Is that time?
It's that time. Oh, he's zipping off the jacket. There we go. Jacket comes off.
I was getting a little toasty, guys.
You're so funny. Okay, so this is how we're gonna work this one. Nice background change, Marcos.
I got my 3 stars with me.
There we go. We're gonna go over each group. We're gonna talk about the teams within each group. We're gonna talk about in what order we're gonna place them, 1 through 4, and then we're gonna go into quarter, semis, final. Okay, we're not gonna get too deep into some of these teams because, well, some of these teams we know they suck, so we're just not even gonna go into them. But let's get into Group A. Christian, list us off the group and then give us your thoughts on this group.
So the group consists of Argentina, Canada, Peru, and Chile, and that's how I think they're going to end up.
You said Canada second?
I said Canada second. Canada is an up and coming team. They're much better than their world ranking says that they are, and they have a good coach. They do
in Jesse Marsh.
In Jesse Marsh. He's better on a national level than he is at a club level.
I'm stunned. I'm speechless.
I don't know what to say. Because that's
I was not expecting that. Okay.
So I don't expect Canada there.
I only had 1 CONCACAF team getting out. I didn't have 2.
So, well, I guess give us your 4 then, as you're insinuating.
So, for Group A, I have Argentina. I'm gonna go Chile, Peru, Canada.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, that's also a head scratcher.
Just for me, I feel like 2 through 4 is kind of a dogfight because feels like they're all equal playing. Chile doesn't have the same firepower that they used to have. They don't have Alexis Sanchez. They don't have Vidal anymore.
Now, I'll stop you there. They have the same firepower. They're just 10 years older now. They don't get rid of them.
This isn't the 2014 World Cup anymore.
No. You mean 2015, 2016 Copa Americas.
Yeah, so Canada does have some young stars in Alphonso Davies, Larin, but I don't see them getting past Peru. I don't see them getting past Chile. So yeah, I'm gonna go Argentina then Chile advancing there.
Interesting.
Oh, I agree with everything you guys are saying. These 3, obviously Argentina. Our prediction is Argentina coming out first. Okay.
Yeah.
2 through 4 is so hard. And I can totally see your guys' points. Now, I don't know what Chile team is going to show up. I don't know what Peru team is going to show up. We know that Canada can be feisty, but if they get bogged down too fast, then there's no way for them to pull out. So I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to say Argentina, Chile, Canada, Peru.
Okay, interesting.
With I'll leave the door open with the Chile, Canada switching spots, but Yeah,
Like
that's
like just like Christian, I would not be surprised if Canada does make some noise in this group because they have the firepower.
Oh, y'all are gonna hate the rest of my predictions here.
this is gonna be great. I love this. Okay, all
Oh
right,
boy. Oh boy.
Marcos, give us Group B.
So for me, Group B was
Well, no,
the tough.
wait, just a second. Don't give us your Group B yet. Just let us know who Group B is.
Group B, we got Ecuador, Jamaica, Mexico, Venezuela.
Now, what do you think?
This for me is the hardest to decide a winner.
This is the group of death.
This is the group of death.
We
With
say
no,
group of death because they're all equal.
they're all on the equal playing terms because Mexico and Jamaica know each other very well. And then you got a Mexico team they're not bringing any of their big name stars. No Ochoa, no Chucky Lozano, no Ache, no Chicharito. So it's like, what team is going to show up for them? Jamaica is not going to have Andre Blake. So for this one, I'm going to have to go with, I'm going to go Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica. No, Mexico, Jamaica.
I can't say I disagree. I can see it. Christian, what do you got?
I have Jamaica, Ecuador, Mexico, Venezuela.
What? Say that one more time.
Jamaica, Ecuador, Mexico, and Venezuela.
Venezuela at the bottom?
What
Yep.
peace pipe are you smoking? Like,
Jamaica's a solid competitive team. Ecuador is up and coming again. Mexico's nowhere near as strong as they used to be. And I think it's good that they're not bringing Ochoa. Ochoa's been washed out for years. And then Venezuela, I mean, compared to the experience of the three teams they're with, they can't keep up.
They got Rondon.
they got Rondon.
Not enough.
Oh,
Alan, let's hear what do you got?
I'm still upset that. I mean, granted, I'm not a Venezuelan fan, but I'm upset. Like, this is really upsetting me.
Christian's going for all the CONCACAF teams to advance.
That was such a deception.
Not all of them. No.
Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna put Venezuela on top because of the total opposite that Christian thinks. I think that they have enough players playing at top levels in Brazil, in Europe, in Mexico. They have enough top players that are playing well. Soteldo, Savarino, even we just named him. What's his goal scoring face?
Rondon.
Rondon. Thank you. I blanked out on him.
Rondon.
So Venezuela on top. Ecuador second because of their youth and up and coming. I believe in that. Mexico third, Jamaica last. I don't think Jamaica can put up.
You and I swap first and last. That's our difference.
Yeah. So I just think that Jamaica they don't have a soccer culture, and so I don't think that it within group play, I don't think they'll be able to last the whole group phase.
But I wouldn't mind to see Jamaica get second in this group because that means they'd play Argentina in the knockout.
You're not wrong there. Okay. All right. I'll do Group C since this one's gonna be controversial. This is gonna be controversial. So there's Bolivia, Panama, USA, and Uruguay. So I'll do it this way. I think US and Uruguay are going to be tied for first. Okay, they're going to be tied on points, and then it's going to be Panama, Bolivia. Now, the only reason why I say it's going to be tied on points, possibly because Panama is going to give the US and Uruguay a tough time because there's just a thorn in everyone's side, and so I think they're gonna wrestle for the ties. And then the U.S. and Uruguay are going to tie, and then they're both going to beat Bolivia. Sorry. So that leaves you at 5 points per. Panama's going to end up with 2 points. No, they'll end up with if that's all right, they'll end up with 5 as well.
Yeah, correct.
Goal differential here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is gonna be that's mine. Boom, done. Next. Who wants it?
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
go.
next. Oh,
Okay, I got Uruguay, USA, Panama, Bolivia.
same.
Okay, so you guys
We're in
have the U.S.
agreement on
second.
Group C. We're in agreement on Group C. I think the U.S. obviously. I mean, you can't deny how far the program, the players have come to
Right.
become a world power really over the past few years.
Yeah.
Uruguay still has a solid history behind them, and they still have some phenomenal players in their roster, so they can win out. Panama, again, thorn in the side. They're very good at that. And Bolivia, love y'all, but you
Yeah.
you couldn't beat that Mexico team.
Yeah, exactly.
But for me, don't sleep on Panama. I feel like
No,
Panama
never.
will give USA some struggles. So
But
Okay,
even Uruguay.
Uruguay,
yeah,
because Uruguay is not as good as they used to be.
They
No,
got some young talent. They have some young
They
talent.
do, but they're not as good as they used to be. Panama has some great. They have good tactics. They don't really have anybody of note on their team. It's kind of the same idea that I have behind Jamaica. They're well coached, but and that does help a lot on the international soccer level.
okay.
Definitely.
All right. Christian, bring us home with Group D.
All right, Group D in alphabetical order: Brazil, Colombia, Costa Rica, and Paraguay, and that's how I have them.
Really?
Yep. The
You
only
said
ones I could potentially switch is Colombia and Brazil, but that's it.
you said Colombia second.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you have?
I'm gonna go Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, Costa Rica.
Okay.
Yeah, that one seems more close to what I would say, but I think Brazil is absolutely diminished in who they are. They don't have an identity right now. And I think Colombia is the up and rising. Um, they have an identity. They know who they are. They have top players in top teams,
Fair.
performing out of this world. So I
But
think
I am looking forward to that matchup, Brazil
Oh,
Colombia. That is going to be
that'd be
by far
so good.
the best
Is that
matchup.
is that happening in Vegas? Should we go to Vegas?
Here, I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
fixture. Where is
No,
it?
that's like Levi Stadium actually.
Oh.
Oh man,
July 2nd, Levi Stadium.
Oh.
I'm not traveling all the way out there.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
What day is it? On July 2nd? On a Tuesday? Nah,
Tuesday.
nah.
No,
That's
not worth.
that's such a shame that that high caliber of a game is on a Tuesday.
I mean, that's just how the calendar worked.
Yeah, I know.
So, um, all right. So let's try to find some consensus with this knockout round because I know we have different ones and twos. All right, or maybe we should like get to the semis. Who's gonna get to the semifinals?
Oh,
Out of Group A and B. So, Group A and B have to meet again in the semifinals. So, who's meeting in the semis?
okay, so I'll just go off of my I did the FOTMOB prediction
Mhm.
thing, by the way, which we're definitely going to create a league for everybody to join us and see how
Oh yeah,
well we do.
Definitely.
I'll put the link out later.
cool.
But I've got Argentina, Ecuador for the first quarterfinal. Argentina winning that. Jamaica, Canada for the second quarterfinal, with
Hmm.
Jamaica winning that. Then which means it's Argentina, Jamaica in the semis, and Argentina wins that easily.
Interesting. All right, Marcos, what does your AB semifinal look like?
Semis, I'll have Argentina, Venezuela. And then if I look over at the other one, I'll have it would probably be I think it would be Brazil, Uruguay for the other side.
So Uruguay. Okay. My AB is going to be the same as yours, Marcos. It's going to be Argentina, Venezuela. Um, I think Venezuela is this has to be their tournament to do well. I think it would be the first time
Yeah.
they did well since 2007, if I'm not mistaken. 2007 they had a really good Copa America team. CD semifinal. Um, ah, I'm not sure. Um, it for me it'd have to be Colombia, Brazil. I think Colombia beats the U.S. and Brazil beats Uruguay. Even though Uruguay did beat Brazil um in the last qualifier, I
Yeah.
think Brazil is going to come out with fight. They still have zero identity, but I think because of, for instance, how Rodrigo and Vinicius play with Madrid, I think that's how Brazil is going to play. Just going to send balls up to them and just try to attack that way. So I guess my full semifinal would be a pure CONMEBOL. It would be Argentina, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, which would represent, if I'm not mistaken, the top 4 in World Cup qualifying right now.
Now, do we all have the same championship game?
Nope.
No. I have Argentina, Brazil.
Mm.
So my CD semifinal, I have Uruguay, Colombia, with Colombia winning that one, and Brazil, US, and US beating Brazil. Brazil's nowhere where they used to be. The US is still up and coming. It is feasible, which would make it a Argentina US final with Argentina winning.
I'm fine with that. I'm stuck on the U.S. beating Brazil.
How does USA? What?
You know what? When the game gets closer, we're going to need to discuss this a little bit better because
Hey, I am open to being wrong.
Yeah.
But just what I see, and I think it's definitely possible. It's definitely feasible. And don't forget, you have a CONMEBOL bias as well.
I do. It's heavy too. I'll
It's
admit
very
it.
heavy.
Like I'm
trying
almost,
to take. I'm taking a half step back and saying, okay, what is honestly feasible?
like I'm almost, in fact, to my detriment, almost anti-US, only because of the politics that happen within the US system, the players that have been called up, the coaches that have been put in. It's just everything that that's happening in it just makes me hate it, only because they don't represent my soccer. That's why. But that's why my CONMEBOL bias is really heavy.
But so who do you have then in your final?
My final, it'd have to be if Brazil gets, well, it's Argentina or Brazil and Colombia. For me, it'd probably have to be Colombia. If I'm saying that if they're going to be better than Brazil this tournament, it has to be Colombia in the final. Now, that is a really tough game, and that should be the best final, I think, out of all the teams that are lined up, to be honest. I don't think you could line up 2 better teams, only because they're the top 2 in CONMEBOL, and I think those 2 teams would overpower anyone in CONCACAF. You can put any other CONMEBOL team against other CONCACAF teams, and you'd have some kind of a battle. But if we're looking for top teams in this final, Argentina, Colombia. That's my final.
I mean, if we're comparing from between, the Copa America Centenario to now, the last time that a tournament like this happened, the U.S. is much stronger than it used to be, and that U.S. team made it to the quarterfinals,
Semifinals.
semifinals. Excuse
semis.
me. Yeah, they made it to the semis. This is a stronger U.S. team. Granted, obviously the scales are tipped differently now, and like you said, Colombia, I've loved seeing their rise in skill and play, and the fall of Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously some notable changes, but yeah.
Definitely playing on home soil will help for US, but I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one. They have an easier group besides Uruguay, but I don't know. Getting into the knockout stage will be a tough task for them.
Also, I'm not going to count this tournament as home field advantage because I don't think the U.S. has home field advantage ever, to be honest, ever. But
Which is disappointing. And this is coming from a Latino.
It's disappointing in the sense that, yes, we would hope more support from U.S. citizens, but because we live in a fruit bowl, fruit salad. I mean, we literally have American citizens like us who I mean, look what jerseys we're wearing. I mean, we're wearing Argentina jerseys, and yet we're U.S. citizens.
What's sad is that I don't own a USA jersey.
You're the whitest one here.
Seriously. But then again, I don't own one either. But I don't. I've never asked for it for my birthday. I've never asked for it for Christmas. So I don't know. But the I guess the topic of the U.S. national team really interests me because we do have players playing in upper teams, upper leagues, but for me, they don't transfer onto the national team. All the success that they're having. You have Pulisic and Musa playing on AC Milan. You have McKinney playing with Juventus. You have a bunch of other players in England, in Germany, but it's just not transferring over to a lot of success on the national team. I think, and this could be like a whole nother episode, but I think it's because of a lack of consistency in bringing in certain players consistently.
Well, it's because USA is always switching from an A team to the C team, whereas you look at other countries like France, Argentina, even just a small friendly, they keep with the same squad with consistency, so everybody is familiar with playing with each other. So
yeah, so I think I think that's why I don't think the U.S. is going to have the greatest success. Sure, they had I don't even call it success, but in the Qatar World Cup, they did sufficiently well enough to move on.
Yes, barely sneak out of the group.
But it wasn't anything like impressive. It was Berhalter ball.
Yeah, Berhalter ball is holding back the United States. Absolutely. The fact that I'm still baffled. Like, U.S. soccer, if you're listening to this, shame on you.
They could have done better.
BJ.
There was tons of options out there, but they wanted to go back what they're familiar with. So
yeah,
we could have had a Luis Enrique for crying out loud.
Yep.
It's not like money's a problem.
Yep. We hear you. Guys,
definitely,
that was
definitely. If USA does bad, we'll see what happens to the next Berhalter. So
I hope. Here's my hope. If Berhalter doesn't get past the quarterfinals, I think they need to sack him.
100%.
Yeah.
If they can't get past, and granted, these are hard teams, but I don't care. I think at this point,
this is our reality. We need to be competitive in CONCACAF, in CONMEBOL.
Because CONCACAF is weak compared to the rest of the world. So how are you supposed to do come World Cup? This is pre-World Cup
I'd say we're the third strongest conference in the world.
Well, yeah, because there's only 6, 7.
Yeah, I was like,
but still,
that puts us mid-table.
Europe, Latin America, North America,
CONCACAF.
Africa, Asia.
I put Asia above Africa.
Ooh, discussion for another time, maybe.
Ooh, I'm excited. This is going to get intense. Wow. We definitely could talk about CONMEBOL and Copa America and CONCACAF for a long time, but we'll leave it at that.
We are only 15 days away, everybody. 15. Can you guys believe that?
That's awesome. But tonight we have a Mexico Uruguay friendly. That's one to watch. Okay.
But the one to watch for everybody is this Saturday. USA Colombia.
That is also a good one. Who does Argentina play on Sunday?
Is it?
I gotta go scroll over to Sunday.
No, not
Ecuador.
Ecuador. The next one's Guatemala.
That's a good game too.
So this weekend is full of good games. Like starting tonight, all the way through the week, good games for a preview of Copa America.
So everybody, just because RSL is not playing, there's tons of soccer to watch this weekend. There's also MLS games to watch. There's MLS games plus international soccer, so you can do double duty. Do a little bit of both.
Excellent. All right, well, let's send us off. Christian, last thoughts?
Lots of good stuff with RSL. A lot of room still to grow. Be interesting to see what happens in the transfer window opening up here within the next month. And internationally, it'll be a lot of fun. We'll be dropping. I mean, I created a thought mob group for Copa America for us. So
Excellent.
I,
Drop
I
that.
will drop that social media, join it, come prove me wrong.
Oh, I will. No worries. Margo, send us off.
Yeah, make sure you guys head over to Twitter and Instagram, follow us at the RSL Bros, so you guys can compete in our little bracket challenge that we got going on for Copa America, and listen to us on the go on Spotify and Apple, and watch us right here on YouTube.
No worries, I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Until next week. Enjoy the week off.
Okay, take care, guys.
Ciao.